Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Nate Myhock. It can seem like what happens in Washington doesn't have much of an effect on life in the Northwoods, but federal money is coming to try and hopefully solve a public health issue here in Rhinelander. Newswatch 12's Eli Karp has the details.
It's a huge deal for us in Rhinelander.
For nearly 3 years, water wells near Rhinelander-Oneida County Airport have been shut down due to levels of PFAS deemed to be unsafe for public consumption.
The suspension of the two wells, 7 and 8, presents the city with a challenge that as much as 25% of the water supply is constrained at any given time.
Last week, the city got a boost to its efforts to try to fix the problem. With help from Senator Tammy Baldwin, $1.6 million in federal funding are coming to Rhinelander for water quality infrastructure investments.
When we turn on our tap, we expect to have clean drinking water.
PFAS are a group of manufactured chemicals that break down very slowly. According to the EPA, studies have shown that exposure to some PFAS in the environment may be linked to harmful health effects in humans and animals.
If we can reduce the ability for people to consume PFAS, we believe that ultimately there will be better health outcomes for people. And that's really important as we have a responsibility and a duty to provide a safe drinking water supply to our residents.
Vrewing says the money will go toward installing an original form of treatment filter or filtration system at the wellheads.
Can we install filtration as the water gets into the distribution system that takes the PFAS out?
The city has estimated the project cost around $2 million, but if it works, many other places with PFAS issues could follow.
Last summer, when I was meeting with leaders in Rhinelander discussing this challenge, it was very clear that Rhinelander was stepping up to say, we want to be the model for how you tackle a problem like this.
In Rhinelander, Eli Karp, Newswatch 12.
And turning our attention to weather now, Conrad, we had a couple of nice days in a row, but what is the future looking like for us?
Yes, indeed. Yesterday we were in the mid-50s, today in the mid-40s. Look at all these highs today we had earlier, several hours ago. 47 in Rhinelander, 50 in Merrill, 53 in Wausau, and look at Green Bay coming in at 62 degrees. So beautiful day out there today, beautiful day out there today, as well as we had a beautiful day out yesterday into the 50s. Right now, temperatures are dropping actually into the 30s out here in Rhinelander, 37, pretty much 30s for most of the state out here right now. So temperatures have been dropping. They will continue to be dropping throughout the night, actually below freezing. But for today, the averages are actually pretty decent out there, 39, so we're nowhere near that. We've been above average the last several days, and look at that record high coming in 2012 at 77 degrees. Not looking too bad out there either with the rain, just some partly cloudy skies, but later on temperatures will be plummeting into the mid-20s. Nate?
Thank you, Conrad. Some huge news came out of Green Bay today. Devonte Adams, one of the Packers' best players, has been traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. Adams and the organization were trying to work out a long-term deal to keep number 17 in Wisconsin, but he is headed out west. The team franchise tagged him earlier this month, but Adams came out and said he would not play under the tag, and that appears to be the case. The team drafted Adams in 2014, and he has been with the Packers ever since. We'll have more information on this trade a little later in the show. Governor Evers has presented 8 tourism awards, and one of the winners was a local chamber director. Rhinelander Chamber of Commerce Director Lauren Sackett was awarded for her contributions to the state's hospitality and travel industry. Sackett was given the Rising Star Award, and she's been the executive director of the chamber since 2018. She also served as the treasurer of the Oneida County Tourism Commission. Construction on U.S. Highway 51 is set to begin on March 18th. The construction will run through Trout Lake Road and Graham Road in the town of Arbor Vitae. The plan is to refill piping, backfill, and repave the roadway. 51 will stay open with temporary traffic signals, but in the meantime, Wisconsin 47 will be used as a detour. Construction is expected to end in August of this year. Snowmobile trails in Vilas County are set to close tomorrow at 8 a.m. In a news release, the Vilas County Forestry, Land and Recreation Department says that includes all state-funded and club-funded trails. The department also says that all 11 Vilas County snowmobile clubs did a great job maintaining the more than 500 miles of trails this season. The DNR has detected the emerald ash borer in Lincoln County for the first time. It was detected in Tomahawk and in the town of Harrison. Emerald ash borer is an invasive beetle that feeds on and kills ash trees. It does so by eating the tissues underneath the bark. The destructive bug was previously found in several northern Wisconsin counties, including Oneida, Price, Langlade, and Marathon County. It has now been detected in 62 of Wisconsin's 72 counties. A meeting within the Wisconsin State Assembly turned heated on Wednesday during a discussion about decertifying Joe Biden's win in Wisconsin in 2020. Speaker Robin Vos said he would not pursue reversing that final tally. That decision upset Representative Tim Ramthun, who was then kicked out of that meeting. Following said meeting, Ramthun said in an interview that he wanted to punch Robin Vos, quote, right in the nose. Today, Ramthun, who is running for governor, said he was not serious about punching Vos. This incident also drew attention from former President Donald Trump, who released a statement saying that Vos should, quote, do the right thing and correct the crime of the century. Governor Evers also had a comment to make. He said that Vos's idea that the election was rigged is, quote, repugnant. And he pointed to several recounts and lawsuits that have been upheld the original victory for Joe Biden. And it should be noted that 24 people around the state have been charged with voter fraud. However, that total lines up with previous elections. The golfing season is not that far away, and several courses in the area are hoping for more of these moderate temperatures to help get their courses up and running. Northwood Golf Club is one of those courses that is gearing up for the season ahead. The maintenance department is eager to get the grass prepped when the conditions are dry enough. They expect for the ground to dry up in April so that they can start play in the third week of the month.
Our superintendent, Joe Anderson, has been prepping the equipment all winter. You know, oil changes, sharpening the reels, getting equipment ready for spring.
Kyle Christian is the general manager and head golf professional for the club. He has managed the incoming orders for golf shop merchandise over the last few years. And while entering his 5th year, he says he's developed a good relationship with the folks who happen to come through.
I like the members, the people I've met in the community. It's a great golf course. It's one of the hardest golf courses I've played, and it's a challenge always out here.
Christian stayed ahead of the supply chain issues and ordered his equipment early in the fall. They plan to have most of their shipments at the club just in time for their opening this spring. The war in Ukraine has made many of us wonder, how can we help? But a group of elementary students aren't wondering, they're actually helping. We'll explain how next after Maine weather.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Menards carries the largest in-stock selection of appliances. Discover the Criterion Advantage with a pair of laundry appliances with great features like 8 dynamic preset cycles and sensor dry technology. Find great quality and great prices with 11% off all Criterion appliances today. Create your dream bathroom with Lyons' great selection of showers, bathtubs, and surrounds to fit your style and budget. All Lyons bathroom products are 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Here is your News Watch 12 Ski and Board Report, brought to you by Ski Rule.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
are you doing? Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to American Marine and Motorsports for extended boat show deals. We have tens of thousands of dollars left in manufacturer rebates. Get the lowest prices guaranteed and pick from the most boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. Don't get left out in the cold. Get extended boat show deals at American Marine, Shawano.
Welcome back and happy St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully you guys got your fire pits ready for tonight because we will have pretty cold temperatures into the mid-20s. So more refreezing will be happening tonight as all of that snow has begun to finally melt. Right now, temperatures aren't looking too bad into the mid-30s out here in Rhinelander, 37, 42 in Wausau, and closer to freezing already in Ashland up there, northern part of Wisconsin. So temperatures will actually begin to drop. But let's talk about those warm temperatures we had earlier today. 40s, even 50s out here, so 47 in Rhinelander was the high. Look at Green Bay coming in at 62 a little bit earlier today, so spring-ish temperatures have finally arrived. And look at this trend out here with these warm temperatures we will be experiencing the next week, even back in the 50s by Sunday. So whatever snow is left out there will be melting significantly, with Rhinelander right now coming in with 8 inches of snow, but that cutoff line is by the Wausau area. And that is because, lower part of the state has been experiencing even warmer temperatures than what we've been having out here in Rhinelander. Wind speeds right now not looking too bad. As you can see, they are blowing from the north, and that is bringing all of that colder air down south out here. That's why temperatures will be dropping into the 20s. We could see that wind chills start to drop into the low 20s, even teens in some spots by the morning hours. So put on a jacket or two because it will get a little bit of wind out there, creating that little cold feels like temperature. But our radar not showing much, just some partly cloudy skies here and there. And the southern part of the state, that green is coming up as rain, but we will be in the clear with that. We could see just a little low pressure system out here sticking around pretty much in the Iowa area, southern part of the state, closer to Madison. But out here, just some clouds becoming mostly cloudy a little bit later on. And this drought monitor, look at all of these colors. Yes, that is below average for precipitation for most of the United States. Out here in Rhinelander, we are below average for precipitation as well. And our spring isn't showing much of an improvement, pretty much just wet locations out here where they aren't below average, but most of the U.S. will be a little below average for rainfall this spring. Tonight, temperatures back into the 20s, so more refreezing. Be careful out there in the morning hours as all of that water will become ice, but another rebound in temperatures into the low 40s by tomorrow with a light northeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And our big 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Mattress and Furniture, shows a warming trend pretty much by Sunday back into the 50s and then cools back off by beginning of next week. Nate?
Thank you, Conrad. Turning our attention to the war in Ukraine now, there have been at least 1,900 casualties recorded in the country as of March 15th. 726 people have been killed and 1,174 people injured. That's according to the United Nations. The UN secretary also added that the actual number of casualties is, quote, likely much higher. Hundreds of residential buildings have been damaged or destroyed, as have hospitals and schools. The UN's priority remains reaching civilians trapped by shelling, particularly in eastern Ukraine, and the UN continues to call for safe passage of civilians and humanitarian supplies. Furthermore, the U.S. State Department has confirmed another death of an American citizen today. That brings the total number of U.S. citizens killed in the invasion to 2. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky went and visited a hospital in Kyiv today. As you can see in the video, the country's leader met with people who were injured during this ongoing war, shaking hands and words of encouragement. It also comes after the city was slammed by a Russian missile strike. One Northwood school district is spending their springtime by helping out others, but they're helping those who they've likely never met and don't even speak the same language as. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pozorski explains.
Students and teachers at the Wabeno School District are holding a donation drive for Ukrainian citizens.
To try to do our part, even just small town Wisconsin, try to get help to where they need it.
Fifth graders at Wabeno Elementary sparked the drive, wanting to do their part, which got teacher Emma Eisenschink to work on figuring out what they can do to help.
It's just really tough because a lot of the people that live in Ukraine are stuck in Ukraine. And so they're just really trying to get things that the people need over into the country to try to help on the ground where they can.
Her colleague Lori Van Kallenberg says the drive throughout the school district has been a great way to get students involved in any way they can.
My students have been working on making necklaces, making bracelets. We have a student who was making pins at home, so we're selling a lot of those kinds of things.
Throughout the school year, their theme has been kindness. So when the class saw what was happening in Europe, they had to act.
Our focus really all year has been kindness and showing kindness to other students. And so how can we support other students? And I would say that the big takeaway is just that. Let's do what we can to help. Even if it's just the smallest way, let's help.
Both believe the students, teachers, and community have stepped up in a large way, donating everything from clothes, food, and medicine, all to help around the world. Reporting in Wabeno, Kyle Pozorski, Newswatch 12.
And if you would like to donate, there is still an opportunity up until the end of the day on Friday. You're encouraged to drop off donations of non-perishable food items, clothing, hygiene items, medical supplies, or even monetary donations. Those will all be shipped overseas to help those fleeing citizens. Aaron Rodgers will have to find a new favorite target in Green Bay because Devonte Adams is out. Coming up next in sports, we'll tell you about the deal and how much money Adams is going to be making with his new historic contract. That's next.
Guess who's making a splash? You're Denord, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our peers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us. What does expert HVAC installation look like to you? Having a perfect reading nook on a humid day? A place to enjoy the view on a cold winter day? With a carrier system installed by Dahlquist, your home will be comfortable from room to room. Plus, you'll be getting expert installation of a system brought to you by the people who invented modern air conditioning. Contact Dahlquist today for your carrier. Turn to the experts.
Dawn is flipping the way America does dishes. New Dawn Platinum Easy Squeeze. It's an upside-down bottle with no cap. Just grab, squeeze, and Platinum's upgraded formula breaks down grease faster. Tackle grease wherever it shows up. No flip, no mess. Dawn Easy Squeeze.
My hygienist cleans with a round head. So does my Oral-B. My hygienist personalizes my cleaning. So does my Oral-B.
Oral-B delivers the wow of a professional clean feel every day.
I come here to do homework because they have free Wi-Fi. They don't say anything as long as I buy something.
When there's a lot of noise, it's hard to focus. But I listen to music to try and drown it out. When the Wi-Fi cuts out, I can't finish my homework. That's why I started getting D's.
Millions of children rely on public Wi-Fi to study. U.S. Cellular is donating up to $13 million in hotspots to help youth in need. Because every child deserves the same opportunity to learn.
Guess who's making a splash? You're Denord, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our peers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
Coming up on your Friday, we get to meet our new furry friend of the week from the Forest County Humane Society.
Watching for a small chance of rain and snow across Portage Wood and Adams County, but the weekend, it looks amazing. How nice does it look? More when you tune in.
Once Packer fans saw that Aaron Rodgers had re-signed with the team, I'm sure they thought everything would be A-OK. And everything may still be okay, but the team will be without one of their best players. Devonte Adams has been traded to Las Vegas, and with the Raiders, Adams signed a 5-year contract worth about $142 million. He'll make about $28.25 million a year, making him the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. In return, the Packers will get the 22nd and 53rd picks in this year's NFL draft, and Green Bay will now have to figure out how to replace the 2-time first-team All-Pro. And some of the wide receivers that are still on the team are Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, and Amari Rodgers. The Hurley boys basketball team will be playing in the state semifinals tomorrow morning at the Kohl Center. Their opponent, the Bangor Cardinals, and the team traveled down to Madison today in preparation for the game. Obviously, a lot of aspects of this trip are unusual. It's a 4-hour drive. The game is at 11 a.m. and, of course, the pressure of playing at state. But the North Stars are just trying to find some form of normality.
The nice thing is we played the second game, so we'll be able to sit and watch Randolph and Gibraltar play, and kind of, very similar to a conference game. The JVs play first, so we'll sit and watch and kind of stick to our routine the best we can.
It may be a long drive from up near the UP border, but there are expected to be a lot of Hurley fans making noise in the state capitol tomorrow. Newswatch 12's Griffin Stroin will be at the game, and we'll have highlights and post-game reaction. The first day of March Madness is winding down, and there are a few games wrapping up right now as we speak. It was a day full of great games and major upsets, but one in-state team just couldn't make it out of the first round. Marquette fell to North Carolina 95-63, and this game was never really close. The Golden Eagles were down by 18 at halftime and never able to make the comeback, but overall not a bad first season for head coach Shaka Smart. The Wisconsin men's basketball team didn't play their game today. They will face off against Colgate tomorrow night at 8:50. So today, simply just a practice day at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of red and white in the stands cheering on the Badgers. The last time Wisconsin played a tournament game in the Cream City was back in 2014. That tournament ended with a Final Four appearance. The Packers had to let former punter Corey Bajorquez walk earlier in the week, and that was due to salary cap issues, but it didn't take them very long to find a replacement. Green Bay signed Pat O'Donnell to become their new punter. O'Donnell was the punter for the Bears since 2014, so he's played a lot of games at Lambeau Field, which I'm sure can only help. O'Donnell will try to help a special teams unit that finished dead last in the NFL just one season ago. The Brewers will finally get to play ball again. Milwaukee's first spring training game will take place tomorrow against the LA Dodgers. And due to the lockout, the crew will only be able to play 18 games this spring, making each one much more important than usual. But hey, at least opening day is coming up soon. The Brewers will open up their season in Chicago against the Cubs on April 7th. The odds of having a perfect bracket in this year's NCAA tournament is 1 in 9.2 quintillion. You'd have to be pretty lucky to be perfect. You'd have to probably rub a lot of rabbit's foots. Or if you're one Wisconsin woman, collect thousands of 4-leaf clovers. We'll share her story next.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
See your local Northern Wisconsin and UP Ski-Doo dealers.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and a Ford Ranger. Stop by your local Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Order your F-150 to lock in 0% financing for 66 months and $500 cash, plus an extra $1,000 retailer order bonus.
Working families need help with rising costs. That's why Governor Tony Evers brought Republicans and Democrats together to cut income taxes for the middle class. Now, if you make $50,000 a year, you'll see over $500 a year in tax cuts, more for married couples. Couldn't we all use a little help dealing with rising costs? Call Governor Tony Evers. Tell him you support his new law on middle-class tax relief.
Lance Truck, Lance Truck, we got the trucks at Lance Truck.
Nobody has more used trucks all on one lot, all priced to move. So when you're ready to buy your next truck, know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move.
We got the trucks at Lance Truck.
Some might consider Bettina Reich to be the luckiest woman in all of Wisconsin. She has collected over 1,500 four-leaf clovers, and by doing so, she's trying to set a Guinness World Record. Phoebe Murray has more.
Hard to find, but lucky to have.
As soon as you see it, you'll know.
Bettina Reich has been finding four-leaf clovers since she was 10.
And I didn't even know what it was. I just thought it was weird looking because it wasn't a three-leaf clover, and I plucked it, and my friend was like, oh, that's a four-leaf clover, you're so lucky.
And today, she continues to find them.
Or I should say they find me, if anything.
But it wasn't until COVID hit that she found the extra time to hone her skills.
Every day, we would go out, we'd go for walks, keep busy and active.
It started small by trying to find one four-leaf for 10 consecutive days.
And then those 10 went to 20, then 50, and 112.
Finding the rare clovers 112 days in a row in 2020. But it didn't stop there. She knew she could press her luck.
This is all the clovers I found from March 22nd, 2021 to December 4th.
Before she knew it, she'd spent 258 days plucking and preserving her finds, documenting every step of the way on social media. And now she's applying to put her collection in the hands of Guinness World Records, that is.
I was one of those kids who would always hurry up and get to the library to check out the newest Guinness book. And the thought of my kids checking it out and me being in there just makes me happy.
And before you ask, yes, Reich is Irish, but only 1%, she says.
This is the 1%.
I wish I could find somewhere to eat that serves lunch so I can relax and have someone clean up after me. I miss lunch at the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub. The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub is opening for lunch? The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub is opening for lunch. The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub will be opening for lunch starting February 22nd. Exciting new choices, but some of the favorites too.
Dylan, how's that sofa you can't return from that big internet site?
Honestly, not that great.
Well, Slumberland can help. It's our biggest finance sales event of the year. Just $20 a month will get you a gorgeous sectional, a 3-piece bedroom group, when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
No way.
How about kicking back in this luxury leather power recliner for just $25 a month? And come to Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've reinvented mattress shopping.
Cellcom's live local customer service is just a call or click away, so it's always clear where you can get help. What's not clear is why you just went down to the basement.
What did I?
Why you went downstairs? Unclear. Easy access to the customer care you deserve? Crystal clear. Cellcom. Clarity in a cloudy world.
Cellcom has an amazing deal on devices. Save $500 on smartphones. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Here's your Newswatch 12 Snowmobile Trail Report, brought to you by your local Northern Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula Ski-Doo dealers.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and a Ford Ranger. Stop by your local Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Order your F-150 to lock in 0% financing for 66 months and $500 cash, plus an extra $1,000 retailer order bonus.
Grow new ideas for your farm at the WPS Farm Show, March 29th through the 31st at the EAA grounds in Oshkosh.
Well, it is truly a special time of year. The weather's finally getting nicer. The NCAA tournament starting. Spring training is back.
Yes.
As a sports fan, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Exactly, and that weather's getting nicer out there too. I don't know if you enjoyed those 50s yesterday, but I know I did. I had my windows rolled down driving home, so love the nice weather. Finally, some spring weather. We had some 40s today, so a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday, but right now, back into the 30s and back into the mid-20s by tonight. That 7-day forecast does show pretty mild temperatures, even back into the 50s by Sunday. So a beautiful weekend out there in the 40s and 50s. So hopefully you guys enjoy that beautiful weather out there.
I know I'm going to. And
Yes.
if we actually do hit 50 on Sunday, windows are open, shorts are on. I'm going to be living my best life.
I might have to bring the grill out.
That's a great call. Thanks, Conrad. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and hope you enjoyed your St. Patrick's Day.